Alright, in this lesson we are looking to calculate gradient. Now the gradient is described as m, and if we are looking at a linear equation, we're looking at y equals mx plus c. The m is the steepness of the line, okay? I don't know why it's gradient. Sorry, I don't know why it's written as m. So our steepness is really important. If it's a very steep line, it's going to have a high number. If it's a not so steep line, it's going to have a slightly lower number. Now if it starts to go down from left to right, it's going to be a negative gradient as opposed to a positive gradient. And there's a rule for determining it, and we're used to seeing gradient equals rise over run. Well, we're going to be a bit more specific in this video. So we are looking at 2 points here. Let's firstly label our coordinates. This first coordinate is at 2 across and 7 up. So 2 is the x value and 7 is the y value, and this other point here is at 5 on the x and 3 up. So there's our points. Now I want to make it really clear, we're working with 2 points and we have to label them. This is point 1 and this is point 2 because we go from left to right always. There is no exception to that. So what we do is label these here. This is now x1 and this is, y1. You can see it's very easy to confuse them. So I'm going to write them down here. x1 equals 2 and y1 equals 7. The x point of the first coordinate is 2. The y coordinate of the first point is 7. Let's do the same over here. Now it's x2 is 5 and y2 is 3. Our formula here is really important because our gradient is the change in the rise over the change in the run. So we have to find the difference between the y values and the x values. And what this is saying is how much did the y value change over how much the x value changed, which is still the same as doing rise over run. So now we've got our points all written out. We can substitute into our formula. So y2 minus y1. Here's y2, here's y1. So 3 minus 7 over the top of 5 minus 2. 3 minus 7 is negative 4. 5 minus 2 is 3. So it means we're actually going to end up with a negative value as our gradient, so 1.33. And that's okay because if you have a look from left to right, our line is going down, which means a negative gradient is perfectly fine. Right, so we have to learn this rule. That's really important. It's saying the same thing we've learnt before, which is the change in how much things go up and down over the change in how much it goes side to side. And we always go from left to right, labeling our points, number 1 to number 2. No exceptions.